So welcome guys to our first game of the night in the SCPH replay casting session number 5 of the year. We've been keeping count this year, 2020, to make it a little more organized, and of course, as I said before, do them live instead of just posting them straight onto the YouTube, so you guys can talk to me, send them replays at any point in time. And like I said in the previous session, if you do want some of your non-PH friends to get their games casted, feel free to do so. I'm still keeping it on the down low. I'm looking to find really the proper time to expose it on a more regional outlook, but with me being a little busy with a different number of priorities, I don't want to, I don't want to overextend my reach. I don't want to overextend what I do till I feel like I can handle all the workload and more. Honestly guys, I've been looking to get into League of Legends as well, so that's going to be a 4th game under the repertoire, and it's a little bit of a juggle to say the least, to try and work onto things, and maybe it's basically League is something I'm really enjoying playing right now. Well, enough about me. Let's talk about these two players. On the top right, here on Eternal Empire, we got the red Protoss, that is Chimera, the twin-headed dragon. Maybe how many heads, that's gonna be the real question. But anyway, his opponents here at the bottom left, representing that PH flag, it's DLSMIZEL with the blue Terran yet again. So hello guys, Babycaster, the bias is so real. And anyway, we are gonna be seeing a pretty standard start here and now between our two players. SCV giving chase to that probe. Chimera does get a good amount of scouting information at the cost of this worker going down. Orbital Command gonna go on up here, and now Chimera gonna be able to set up that second base and wall on to the natural expansion. So here on Eternal Empire, a lot of space honestly for the Terran to work with siege tanks, getting some range from the other side. In the meantime, of course, those medivacs gonna be flying on in from the different angles. Gonna be so good with the drops if you get on through in the first place. In the meantime, here we go yet again into our standard opening. MIZEL, seen a few of his replays already, and he's just getting better and better. We've criticized him a little bit for not closing out games fast enough, and that's what he's been working into, especially on these latter replays. We've seen that his macro is on point, but he just needs to find a way to make better decisions as well as make sure that he can win the game as soon as possible, because those habits gonna be really bringing him further success down the ladder. And I've seen some of our players on the SCPH community truly grow, and we'll talk about them later on when their replays are being cast. But in the meantime, MIZEL with the bomb on points does get a pick off onto one of the probes already. This is a pretty late Reaper though, 3 minutes on in, already set up with the natural. But with Chimera playing so greedily, it's just so easy now for the Reaper to come online onto that main base. MIZEL though, unfortunately gonna take some damage there. The Reaper buying time, able to get on out. And in the end, MIZEL with a proper value Reaper there, able to get a pick up onto one worker, good scouting information as well, sees that Chimera is playing the economic game. But look at that worker count though, 31 to 23 workers. Good thing for MIZEL, he is trying to set up that second base with the Orbital Command, as well as mules, of course, up in the mineral tab. Seems like MIZEL gonna actually try to potentially go for a bio route this time. We see double Widow Mines pumped on that. Usually that's 2 Hellions into the fray. But MIZEL gonna decide, hey, I'm gonna play a little defensive into this one. Now, is this the right call? He could have actually potentially gone for the run on by. But of course, with the robo facility on point already in construction, if MIZEL didn't act at the moment the factory came up in the first place, that Immortal gonna blow up those Hot Wheels as soon as possible. But hey, I can't hate on the guy who wants to go play the defensive, and at the same time, with a medivac on the way, that is going to be potential drops onto that middle line. Could be so potent in this one. MIZEL not going to be sending over that Reaper back, and on the opposite end, see an observer being brought here by Chimera. Does he actually know his opponent is going to go for the Widow Mine route? It seems like that is the case, because he saw the backs getting the tech lab with the factory having that reactor. Usually you put the tech lab onto the star part at the very start if you are going to go for that mech based build, get that fusion core if need be to try and put some harassment as well with the sky fleets. But beyond that, of course, just keep building factories instead. So good to hear from Chimera, expecting something is amiss. An observer, always so helpful as well. It never hurts to build an observer. They're really quick to produce in the first place, and they cost sure a good amount of gas. But hey, if you're able to stay alive, if you're able to get information, that is already paying for itself. In the meantime, here comes MiZEL. He sends in the Widow Mines. It's time to go for the drop. The middle line under duress already. The probes having a quiet day turned into Armageddon instead. And as soon as those Widow Mines drop, that is all of those probes going down. Beautiful hit there from MiZEL. They'll be able to make that one work. Now, in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, the real question here and now is how will our Protoss react? Doesn't seem to be phased about it. He's gonna go produce a little more and instead goes for a third base. And without any reaction here from Chimera, MiZEL is given so much opportunities to do even more both at home and here into the lines of Protoss. With the mines now, getting a drop on over. Will it actually get the hits onto the Stalker? Trying to go for the lock-on, and it seems like MiZEL really just wants to shut this third base down already. Unfortunately, though, no drilling claws here for our Terran player. The Observer gonna spot things out, and the Stalker is gonna be, of course, out of that range. Oh, so close, Chimera. Stepping on to the circle of the mines, but you know what is gonna be Death's Dance here? It's gonna be these probes going down. Beautiful missile hits yet again. And MiZEL, actually creative there. He decides to put one of those Widow Mines away from the action. And let's see if this one works in our replay system. There you go, it actually works, ladies and gentlemen. Widow Mines getting the connection, production value increased here. But third base gonna be setting on up yet again. Mule's already on duty. And what does our Terran have in store for us? He does have a lot of infantry all the way at home, but MiZEL seems like he's very content at doing economic damage for the price of absolute nothing. These Widow Mines are having a field day. Medevac though might go down. Here we go with the lock-on. Oh my god, the bunch up there from Chimera gonna lead to so many probes going down. And what are the losses? 44 probes to 2 Widow Mines. At this point in time, Chimera might just be calling it game, set, and match here. All MiZEL needs to do right now is send this over, and he can trade not only evenly, but just at such an astronomical rate. He has the advantage in the economy right now. He can push it, of course, especially if he has the upgrades that he needs. Combat Shield and Step Back, both online. Concussive Shot is all he needs left to make sure that the kite isn't gonna happen. In the meantime, no Twilight Council here and now for our Protoss as of yet. These Stalkers cannot blink on backward. As soon as the Bioball comes online, gets into the fray, that might be game, because this Stalker Immortal Sentry composition, not gonna be the best. Sure, 1 sentry good for that Guardian Shield mitigation. Force Fields, of course, very useful. But no High Temp, no Archon, no Colossus. Chimera is stuck on a tech tier. And sure, he's going for Twilight Council right now, but it might be too late. Goes for the scan already. MiZEL playing it safe though. Doesn't want to get caught out of position, especially with those rocks. Putting the infantry in a funnel. Now usually here on Eternal Empire, you can set things up with a siege tank and just bombard onto the other side, but with a biofocus. MiZEL gonna be waiting onto the wings. And hey, with MiZEL right now, he can actually go for a 4th base. He is just trying to increase his lead. And by this point in time, he does have a lot of units in behind. Anyway though, here we go with the Medevac. Gonna be 2 of them actually going for the drop in behind onto the right hand side. Getting the damage done, Stimp back on in. And Chimera caught napping again. It's a pincer attack actually from MiZEL, playing it really smart. He is gonna try to force the separation, force it into action. And with Chimera going onto the economy line, it is gonna be the main force here from MiZEL, tearing apart basically those stragglers. Forces the warp cycle on. These Marauders sure might go down. But a pretty worthwhile trade here for MiZEL. Could have retreated though, especially with that Medevac. Leave the Marauder behind. It has done its job, even killing that 1 Stalker at the tail end. Anyway, I like the drop play. It does force a reaction. And Chimera making a huge mistake at sending everything to that mineral line. Anyway, he is going to try to go for the attack. And this looks really desperate here for our red Protoss. If the attack doesn't work, that just might be it. And did they actually see each other? No, Chimera gonna be running on away. One Marine actually gonna be in behind. And we see a little bit of micro, but so unnecessary. Medivac still coming on over. If we go with the clash already, Stalkers now shooting at those Medivacs. And oh no, Missile might be in a spot of trouble here. He doesn't have the proper defenses. He will need to queue things up here on the high ground and take some damage. But overall, here comes more of these infantry. With a mine in behind yet again. Brawl right now onto the third base. And Mizzle gonna be sending those SCVs to their demise. In the meantime, onto the third base of the Protoss, it's suffering the same fate. Medivac's getting the drop on in. The wall right now gonna go on down. And here we go with one Archon actually here for Chimera. He actually got the Twilight Council, and that's Templar Archives in behind. By this point in time, Mizzle trying to fight on two fronts. Still though, substantial damage on both sides, but Chimera looking worse for wear. Uses that third base already. Mizzle going for a fourth. SCV is gonna get pulled. And in the meantime, while the workers are tanking the damage, here comes the gunners, the marauders, the marines gonna be in behind. The top up gonna be there as well. Immortal gonna go on down. There we go with the Simpack, second base under the rest as well. And all around the map, it is gonna be biological units just destroying everything. GG is called. And Mizzle takes our first game of the night. Well done there to Mizzle, though with the mines absolutely on point and a lot more hasty, a lot more reactive in the killing blow. I like a few of these ideas, and he's able to exploit his skill level basically to find these opportunities, find the opposition making mistakes with the all-army command. And hey, Mizzle, impressing there with the mine micro, pretty on points. Splits have been pretty fun as well. I'd love to see him add on more to those drops though, especially applying pressure with a bigger bulk in behind. But hey, big improvement here from our Terran player, and we'll be moving into the next game shortly.